Hey everyone, so today I have a first impressions video of the Urban Decay AfterGlow 8-hour powder blushes. There are 12 blushes in the range and I have 3, so the first is Bittersweet, which is a matte purple shade, the next is Crush, which is a matte vibrant pink, and then I have Score, which is a pinky peach shade with shimmer throughout. So naturally enough, we're starting with the packaging. Even the boxes that the products come in is really nice. If you're somebody who keeps your products in the boxes, you'll appreciate the packaging as you'll easily know what is what, as the colour on the top of the packaging matches with the blush inside. I myself keep the boxes, so I really liked that. The blush itself is stored within this gorgeous gunmetal casing. The Urban Decay logo is on the front and it kind of has a fishnet pattern, so you can see the colour of the blush inside. I love the packaging, it's very easy on the eye, but I noticed straight away that it dirties easily. Because of its finish, fingerprints and other marks show up on the casing. It doesn't bother me, but it's just something that I noted. When you open up the lid, you can see the fishnet pattern continues on the inside, which again is quite nice, but more importantly we have the product itself, which is a very nice size and I'm quite pleased with that. The casing is magnetic, so it closes nicely, again adding to the sleekness of the packaging. So now I'll go through each blush individually. The first is Score, which is the only shimmer blush that I have. And going back to the packaging quickly, the name and the colour is on the back, which I think is a much more effective way of identifying the colour than through the fishnet design. So back to the product now. Here is the colour payoff from one swipe in the blush, and now I'll show you what it's like on my cheeks. Urban Decay market this product as a sheer blush, but at a glance I thought that they were anything but. So I decided to apply the blush sheerly on the right hand side of my face, which is the left for you and is what you're seeing me do now. And then I thought that I would try and build up the intensity on the other side of my face to see the potential of the colour. The blushes looked highly pigmented in the pan and also on my brush, so I couldn't understand how their sole purpose would be to apply a sheer finish to the skin. So first off, this blush is highly pigmented, but as you can see it can be applied sheerly too if you use a light hand, so I'm very impressed with this one. So the next one I have is Crush, which is a beautiful vibrant pink. When I swatched this I noticed it was a little bit powdery to the touch, something I didn't find with the previous shade. I always tap my brush into my blush anyway, but this is essential in the case of this matte shade. Because the product is finely milled, if you sweep the brush like you just saw me doing, you'll get a lot of excess and you don't want that, you don't want to waste the product, so just tap your brush instead. I definitely found this matte shade to be more pigmented than the shimmer shade Score, but like I said, it was slightly powdery to the touch. I didn't realise just how pigmented this one was until I started to apply it. So I found that my sheer side, I was going a little bit overboard, but the product blends out like a dream. So I was able to just keep buffing it and blending it into the skin until I had it toned down and was happy with the finish. I noticed with this one that a little goes a long way. I'm building up the product on my face now and I noticed that I had to top off the excess product because I actually didn't need it to get a pigmented finish. So one firm tap of my brush in the blusher was enough, so again this is another one that I'm pleased with. So this is the one that I was most excited about trying, so I was praying that it didn't disappoint. It may come as a surprise, but this is the one that I would get the most use out of. And Score was the sheerest blush, and although it doesn't look like it from the picture, Bittersweet was the most pigmented blush based on one swipe in the product. I hoped that Bittersweet would have a nice pigmented finish similar to Crush, that way I thought it would double up nicely as an eyeshadow, so I tried that out first. Again, like on the cheeks, this can be applied sheerly, so I found that I had to apply it again and again to build up the colour to ensure that I got a nice even opaque layer across my lids. Now I realise that looked horrendous, but as you can see, when you throw on your crease colour and define the eyes a bit, it looks fantastic. So now for its primary purpose, we'll move on to the cheeks. So again, same routine, I'm applying it with a light hand on the right hand side of my face, and then I'm building up the colour on the left. As I said, this was the most pigmented out of the lot, so I did find it very easy to over apply. I mean, the pigmentation of this particular one is just out of this world. If this does happen to you and you can't shear the colour out by blending it, don't panic. Take your foundation brush, one that you've used, and the excess product on the brush will help you lighten the intensity of the blush. So this one, hands down, is my favourite out of the three, and as far as first impressions go, I think they're all absolutely fantastic. So I really hope you enjoyed this style of video. If you did, please let me know by leaving me a comment or giving me a thumbs up, and I'll see you all in my next tutorial.